Hi, John here at Hangar 37. Tonight we're gonna start the assembly of this B-24DJ Liberator by Flightline. And first thing you do, as I always do, especially with the big ones, is I go and I get my samplers. I took in my rudder elevator section, and I matched up the olive green with the gray, and as it was a perfect match. I did some color blotches on here, and they matched up perfectly, except this is a flat and this is a semi. But in a case like that where you have to do touch up, get the Minwax polyacrylic semi-gloss or gloss or flat. I have a quart of each of those. So if I have to touch up, I just touch up over the paint. Anyway, first thing I'm going to be doing is, and I've already started, is on the elevator, is you have to snake this wire through, and then there's two PA 3x8 screws that go in here, and boy, that really locks it in there. I'm not using any glue on this, but we'll show you what it's like to. You get this little hook, and it's pretty long. You just slide this through, clear your wires out, and slide this through, and then you undo your tie, of course. Winter colds, I hate them. So we got the wire through. I'm going to stretch it out, straighten it out a little bit. I'm going to move this back a little bit. And then you just kind of hook that in there, and then you double it back on top of itself here. I hope you can see that. And then just give it a tug, get it started. Get it in there, get it started. Come on, baby. The other one went really slick. Here we go. And then just pull it through. There you go. And once you got it through, unhook everything because it's going to get all tangled up. There we go. And now bring that through. Oh, I left my screws in. One of the things on the first one, the screw receptacles were really tight. So what I did is I ran the screws once so that when I put them in the second time, they'll go in pretty easy, and I won't be gouging the foam or breaking the rudder. Yeah, these are really tight. I suggest you run them and get them, and make sure you use the right size Phillips on these. Otherwise, you're gonna strip them. Okay. Now I'm not going to use these. This has got a buildup on it. They give you extra ones, so I'm going to use fresh ones for this. Make sure they go in easier. All right. So let's give it a grab. Okay. Let's see if we can get this in here now. All right. Okay. Let's get this in here. All right. Now, oopsie doopsie. I have magnets that I rub my tips of my screwdrivers always to give them a little more magnetism. Yeah, a lot easier. A lot easier. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, run them through and get them nice and not loose, but at least manageable, so where you're not going to be. As it is, I still got a couple of little indentations on here. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so that's all set. Now, what we need to do is hook up the control rods. Now the trick is, oh come on, figure out which ones go where. I think I got it. And you want to try and get them lined up 90 degrees. And it pays to have a little pliers for the ball connections. Makes it easier to pop them in. Okay. Now what I'll probably do, let's see, I want extra channels for my guns. I got a 9-channel radio, so you're going to need 6 right off the bat, 7, 8, extra one on the rudder. Now I'll probably wire harness this and adjust them later. Okay, okie dokie. There we go. All right, they look pretty close. And I got the servo arms at 90 degrees. And once I set them up, I may have to adjust that. Okay. I think we are done with this for now. All right. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go off camera, finish this up, and we'll come back on when we get into the wings. Otherwise, I'm gonna just eat up too much airtime on the video. So I'm gonna take a break and come back, and I'll see you in just a bit. Are you seeing me? I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back in just a bit. Okay, I'm back, and what I'm doing here now is I'm threading the wires through. I already did the rudder wires through, and you got to put this wire in. Don't try and come through here. It's going to be very difficult. It's a lot easier if you just to come from the back side, the rear of the plane, and there you go. Now, these are the elevator wires. Straighten them out a little bit. Now I was lucky enough, I did both on one for the rudders. Let's see if I can do it with the elevators here too. Okay. Now this is a little bigger hole, so you should be able to, there you go. Did you see that? I hope you can. This little tool they give you is invaluable. You probably have a really tough time getting those through. Now, the key here is to get this set on here. Keep the wires taut. I'm just wondering, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little nylon tie on there. Nylon tie end getting in the way of anything. Be careful not to snip any wires. Okay, here we go. Grab all 4 wires, try and keep it even. That helped a lot. That helped an awful lot. Putting that on there. Oh, look at that. That fell right in there. Okay. Let's see, get my wing out of the way here now. Now let's see how. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and try and put these in. And again, make sure you got the right size Phillips on this. All right, let's get this in there. I gotta say, so far I am totally impressed with this model, as I was with the P-38 Lightning. Just an awesome airplane. Oh yeah. There we go. How's that, huh? Looking good, hey? Look how nice and even. I gotta say, I was not very familiar with the B-24 Liberator at all until I saw a video from Motion Industries. They sent me a special deal on this, and what's really nice about it is they've got a main board here, and they got rudders and elevators. You don't have to use any Y harnesses. You just plug them in. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Oh, now, next would be the wings, but I gotta find out why these windows are off on the back. And is there something I'm supposed to be doing back here before I put the windows on? So, okay. Got the wires hooked up. Everything so far is so good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. I'm going to take another little break here. I'm going to go hit a video that shows a little bit more about the front turret with the rotating servo in it, and the top turret, which, where did I put it? Here it is. This has got actually an arm on it already, a servo arm, but I'm not sure how you hook these babies up, so I am gonna, here you go. I'm gonna go do a little homework, but just wanted to give you another peek here at that tail section. Went together really slick, really slick. Awesome. Oh man, I am just so excited with this plane so far. And okay, with that said, I'm going to take a little break and I'll be back in just a bit. Hi, I'm back, and I kind of jumped ahead a little bit and I put the wings on. Now, there's all kinds of wires that are going to come with this, but they slide through a pretty decent opening, And you get your engine wires and then your 1-point connectors here. I hope you can see that. Maybe I can blow this up for you. So these slide through, and the wing slides. There's 2 wing spars. A long one to the front and a shorter one to the back, narrower in diameter also. Now the reason I'm doing this way, and I'm jumping the gun, is because I have to change the landing gear out. And to do that, I have to hook everything up and get a receiver in here. And now there's 4 little screws. It goes together very easily, by the way. Slides right in. And then there's bronze female threads on these posts that this slides onto, and then you use a little machine screw here. There's 4 of them, 2 on each wing. Now I gotta magnetize this up off my little magnet on my vise here. Make sure it holds it. Now this one doesn't want to hold. These must be a little bit of a stainless steel in it. Nope, I'm gonna have to eyeball this one in. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. And do not use Loctite on these, because if you get it onto plastic, you're shot. And it gets brittle and breaks. So just get it as tight as you can by hand. I don't think you have to worry about stripping it out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the receiver on this. I'm going to get the landing gear up because I have to, well actually I'm going to take these caps off first and then raise the landing gear. Maybe well, let's take a look here. Maybe I don't have to take the, well, I'm going to have to put it up eventually, but I am going to have to take these caps off. All right. So you take 2 screws off each motor housing here. I think that's just 2 screws. Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, let's see. And then you're going to be able to, I hope so. I think you got to take the actual servo out to get to the set screws. So now you got to flip it over again and get everything hooked up to my receiver. Okay, okay. The big plane. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to get everything hooked up and get the landing gear ready to be put in, and then I'll come back to you. Okay? I'll see you in a bit. Okay, and I'm back now, and basically just showing you this is the landing gear that I'm replacing here versus the old one, which is the non-spring loaded. This one has the spring in it. Now this one I did already. This one I have to do. Basically, you got to take this top plate off. First off, you got to put the landing gear up. You take the top plate off, take the 4 screws off, take the top plate off, and this should come right out. And then there's a set screw on each side of this main housing here. You just loosen those up, and then this one, the old one comes out, you slide the new one in. Make sure you got it in correctly, and make sure you're on the flats when you tighten it up. So that's basically it. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. I'd show you on camera, but I'm going to attach a video anyway from Motion RC. But that's where I'm at right now, so I'm going to take a break again, and I'll come back to you when I'm done with that. Okay, I'm back, and I am virtually complete with this plane. So they're just going to be plain white stripes on those back there. I think you can see that there. I'll figure something out later on. But I just wanted to wrap this up. The assembly was very long, drawn out. I did some painting and rewiring and put new shock absorbing main wing wheels. This is the original. It is not shock absorbing on the nose wheel, but I do have that on a mix, which allows me to adjust the trim on it separately than the rudder, even though they work in unison. I've done several videos on it. I just don't have the time to do it now. I've got several backed up here to get on the bench. Anyway, as you can see, I tipped out the wings with the red with a black pinstripe. I added the icing decals. I added some nose art for the Apache Princess. Looks pretty good. And some of you are going to go, hey, wait a minute, that goes on a B-25. I know that, but I wanted something that looked really nice. And this is not to scale, so scale is the word I'm looking for. So anyway, I only got one battery in here, but I do have this set up with a 2-battery system that if you put 2 4S's in here, they run in parallel. And I think you can put up to 4,000s in here and squeeze them in there pretty tight. But meaning if one goes out, the outboards will go. One battery is the inboard, one battery is the outboard. So, but one of the things I did want to show you is I have.
Speed button.
All right, now I got to change the wording on this, but.
Rotate down. Speed brake closed. Rotate up. Spoilers. Speed brake closed. Speed brake open. Speed brake closed.
Okay, you got the idea there, okay?
Rotate up. Rotate down. Rotate up. Spoilers. Rotate down. Spoilers. Spoilers.
All right, that's right on. Okay, so that covers all the kind of oddball stuff that I did on this. And I'm going to take this off of here and set it on the bench. Whoa, baby. Woo. This is a one big plane, but I will fire this engine up. Now I started it up, I could only go about a third throttle. My planes were spinning around up here. So let's give you a go at this. I have this on a kill switch, throttle cut.
Motors armed.
Motors are armed. That's about a third throttle. That's about a third throttle, and hardly any vibration in there, so fortunately
Throttle cut on.
Throttle cut on. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to give you a walk around on this beautiful plane. Oh, and there's my DX9. And I'm using 8 channels, actually 9 channels. I am using all 9. I'm tired. I'm tired. There she is though, isn't she beautiful? What a gorgeous airplane. And finally they got some realistic looking pilots in there. Now I put one in there, kind of a little too big for it, I guess. He's got a big head. He's a big guy. He sits up in the nose to keep the weight center of gravity. Okay, and then I winged, I tipped the wing tips with and then a little thin pinstriping just to separate it. And then we got our guns. Let's see if I can. I'll have to do that from the front side. There you go. All right. There. And I did paint the nose nuts, the nose cowling. What do we call those? I did paint these. Now let's see if we can get you a peek at this. There you go. The struts. Okay. Now there is no shock on the front. And no closing doors or anything. No doors on the front. So, there you go. That's a wrap on the assembly of this awesome B-24 Liberator. I'm going to hang it up here in my shop. It's actually going to go and replace the Albatross, which I'll find another spot for, but it's so big that's the only one double pulley system that I got that can handle that heavy one. So that's where that'll go. It's March and I will not fly it, but I have a friend that's very good, and I might take it out to the club out in Stevens Point area and maybe let him fly it, and then I'll tape it. But what do you think? Give me your comments. Good, bad, or indifferent. Okay, that's going to be a wrap on the assembly of this beautiful, awesome B-24 Liberator by Flightline, which I got through, I believe it was Motion RC. And there really was no special on it, but the price was real reasonable. It was like $379, which I thought for a big plane like that was pretty decent price compared to, it was like $499 when it came out. Anyway, summer coming up, hopefully you get it out, do a test flight on it. Once again, my name is John. This here is Hangar 37. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on my next video.